Imagine this. A phone, mid-text. The message stuck on sending. A hospital monitor screen. Frozen on a loading icon. Card reader at a gas pump, blinking, declined. Cargo ship captain staring at a dead radar tracking display. None of these people know it yet, but in the same 3 seconds on every continent, the same thing just happened. The internet didn't slow down, it didn't glitch, it went completely, totally dark, and it's not coming back for 30 days. Here's the part that should actually worry you. This isn't science fiction. The global internet isn't one thing. It's a fragile handshake between undersea fiber cables, a few hundred root servers that tell every device on Earth where to find everything else, and routing tables that have to agree every second on which path data should take. In this scenario, the handshake breaks. A coordinated failure hits the core routing layer and several major undersea cable junctions at once. The digital equivalent of every highway interchange in the world collapsing simultaneously. Local roads still exist. Nothing can get on the highway. And here's your first surprise. Your phone still is GPS. Your car still knows where it is. Satellite positioning isn't internet. It's a separate system broadcasting from space, completely untouched by any of this. Keep that in your back pocket, because by the end of this video, you'll be surprised by exactly which things survive and which ones don't. Day 1. The first thing to go isn't dramatic, it's just silence. Every app that needs a server, messaging, streaming, maps that rely on live traffic data, your bank's app simply stops loading. At a hospital in a mid-sized city, a nurse tries to pull up a patient's chart. It's gone, not deleted, just unreachable, sitting on a cloud server that the hospital's own building can no longer talk to. Staff start digging out paper forms nobody's used in over a decade. At a gas station, the pumps still have fuel. The card readers don't have a network to confirm the charge. A line of cars forms while the owner tries to remember where she put the old manual credit card imprint machine. At the airport, nothing crashes out of the sky. Flight navigation and air traffic control don't run on the public internet. They run on radar, radio, and onboarding and onboard systems. But every gate assignment, every checked bag's routing, every crew schedule lives in internet-connected software. Within hours, planes are sitting at gates with nowhere to send them and no system that knows where the connecting passengers are. Day 3. By day 3, the world has spread that this isn't a one-day outage. People start lining up outside banks because without networked ATMs and card processing, cash is suddenly the only thing that works. Grocery stores are still standing, shelves still have food for now, but just-in-time delivery, the system that quietly restocks shelves every single night based on the automatic digital orders, has no way to place these orders. The shelves don't empty because food stopped existing, they empty because nothing knows what's been sold. 1 week in, and the real damage is happening somewhere most people never think about. Ports. A modern cargo port is really a giant scheduling problem. Which crane lifts up which container? Which truck picks it up? Which customs form clears it? All of it runs through the internet-connected logistics software. With that gone, ships are anchoring offshore by the dozen, fully loaded, with nowhere to unload because nobody can coordinate where anything goes. This is the moment the story stops being an inconvenience and starts being a supply chain crisis. Whatever was already on shelf is fine. Whatever was supposed to arrive next week isn't coming. 2 weeks. Here's the second surprise. Some things you'd expect to fail don't. Most power grids were deliberately built to survive exactly this. Critical grid control systems typically run on a private isolated network, specifically because engineers have known for decades that the public internet is a weak point. The lights, for most people, stay on. Local radio and over-the-air broadcasting TV also keeps running. They don't need the internet to transmit a signal from a tower to your radio. For 2 weeks, battery-powered radio has quietly been the most valuable object in some households. Broadcasting whatever updates officials can put together the old way. by phone line and hand. By day 21, the damage isn't dramatic anymore. It's just enormous. Trillions of dollars in economic activity, e-commerce, remote work, digital banking simply stop accumulating. Small businesses that exist entirely online have no way to take an order or get paid. Stock exchanges dependent on networked trading systems have been closed for 3 weeks, freezing investments for millions of people who have no idea what their savings are even worth anymore. This is, by a wide margin, more economically destructive than almost anything in modern history. Not because buildings fell down, but because the invisible layer connecting nearly every transaction on Earth simply isn't there. On day 30, it comes back, not all at once. First, a few backbone routers reroute around the damaged junctions, then root servers start resolving requests again, then slowly the rest of the world blinks back online over the following days. What's left behind isn't a wasteland, it's something stranger. A society that just relearned the hard way exactly how much of modern life was running on something nobody could see, touch, or fully understand, until it wasn't there anymore. So here's the part that should actually sit with you. Nothing in this video required aliens, asteroid, or a collapsing planet. Every piece of this, the routing failures, the cable cuts, the cascading of outages, has already happened in miniature somewhere on Earth at some point in the last decade. We've just never had all of it happen at once. So tell me, if it happened tomorrow, how many days do you think you'd last before you ran into a problem you didn't see coming? Let me know in the comments.